Beers and Buckets, the only podcast that discusses basketball and brews at the same time. We are no longer part of the Basketball Podcast Network, but
RIP.
Yeah, rest in peace. So if you're looking to add us to your network, we are free agents. We are in the portal, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm your host, Connor Caldwell. You can find me on Twitter at Connor J. Caldwell. And as always, I'm joined by the big blue demon deacon himself, Dowell Harmon, where you can find him on Twitter at do_Well Harmon. So Dowell, your 2023 national champions, UConn Huskies.
This is gross.
Let me know how you really feel about it.
This is gross. They haven't done anything to earn any of these championships. Like, sure, they're good teams.
Except for winning them, but
other than that small detail. Like, but every team goes through trials, tribulations. You know, you get Virginia losing in the first round. They have multiple good teams that don't really that kind of underperform, whatever. Like Gonzaga has made an Elite Eight for the last however many years and can't do shit. And UConn gets to go to their 8th Elite Eight and win their 5th title because they get to play some other low seed that they gave us probably the 2 most boring championship games in my lifetime, in the Butler championship and this one.
Yeah.
Their other one that they beat Kentucky in, Kentucky was an 8 seed that year. All they do is just get these tiny little seeds and beat them somehow, and it drives me insane.
It is interesting.
At least in 14, they had to beat a 1 seed.
Yeah.
But
what was Gonzaga this year? They were 2 seed, right?
3.
3? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They got
to play two. All right. This is ironic because it's me saying this, and I always defend the Mountain West or the West Coast Conference. But they got a third of their games in this tournament were against West Coast Conference teams. What are we doing?
It's crazy though.
Play a 1 seed.
You say this, Al. You say they don't deserve it, but man, we just witnessed one of the most dominant tournament
because they didn't
play.
They didn't play.
They played enough. They played enough.
Games, sure, they did not play anyone that was. Gonzaga is the only legitimately good team that they played on this run.
San Diego State. San Diego State is a good team.
No, they're fine. They were for a reason. They played 3 5 seeds. They beat 3 5 seeds and 8 seed and a 13 seed. Congrats.
Yeah.
An 8 seed Arkansas. Do we even think they should have gotten an 8 seed? Meh. St. Mary's probably a little underseeded, but it's still. They played 4 teams from outside the Power 6 conferences. Then they played someone that couldn't even win the down ACC this year, and a team that was 500 in SEC play. Sure, it's impressive to be you obviously can only play the teams that you get dealt. It's not your fault that but acting like this is one of the most dominant tournament runs makes it seem like this is one of the most dominant teams that we have seen, which is just absolutely not the case.
Did you say they couldn't win the down? They beat Miami, who won the ACC.
Did Miami? I thought
Miami won the ACC
regular season.
Yeah.
Oh well, whatever. Then they won the down ACC. The point still remains, the ACC was kind of shitty this year, and so.
But also, Miami had one of the best offenses probably in this tournament, and same with Gonzaga. They took down Gonzaga and Miami, who had arguably the top 2 teams in the top 5 for offenses, I'd say, in this tournament.
Miami was 6 in KenPom, but yeah.
Yeah.
But they're 77th, they're 73rd and 99th respectively on defense. So okay.
We'll keep talking about it. We'll break down the game a little bit, but before we do that, I want to drink some beer and open this up. So Sagatuck, Michigan, blueberry lemonade shandy. That's what I'm drinking tonight. So Sagatuck Brewing, and creepy little face on the can, but I'm excited to try it. I bought it Friday night, didn't drink it all weekend in preparation for this, so here we go. It's okay. There's a lot more blueberry than lemonade.
I would want that to be the other way around in a beer.
Yeah, it's an ale with natural flavors, but yeah, definitely more blueberry than lemonade, but it's fine. I wouldn't say it's could be crushable. It's not? Is it high on the crushable scale? No, but it's crushable enough. And it's kind of like I don't know. I have no comparison for it. Don't want to even talk about comparing it to UConn because I don't want to talk about
No.
Dan freaking Hurley. Oh, I hate him. Are you drinking anything tonight?
Loser ass comment up
Yes.
12 when you are clearly getting the better whistle to be like, I don't know, didn't agree with some of the things those refs said, but I love those three guys. What the fuck is that? What a loser ass comment to make as your only halftime like interview comment. What a loser.
I agree 100%.
And then he's like, yeah, well, we probably should be up 20, which was like true because they should have absolutely been up more than 12.
Yeah, they should have been up more.
Like, you bitch about the refs that you're getting the right calls, and then you're like, oh yeah, well, we should be up by more, so that's all I heard from him. Little whiny. I just wanted to watch the LSU Caitlin Clark game again, and I would have been much more happy.
That game was tough to watch too, though.
Yeah,
like,
but at least those teams were like good and scoring and like doing fun stuff. And you get Kim Mulkey on the sideline being like a maniac that she is. Like,
she should have gotten a tag. Like, you should not be running into refs.
Hilarious.
Yeah, you should not be running into refs. That was also a good game. So, and really happy for women's college basketball.
Did you see the tweet about it like breaking
9.9 million viewers, which is like more than the finals had last year,
more than any Stanley Cup since 1973? Which what was so special about 1973 Stanley Cup that meant that more people watched it? I have no idea. I looked up that game. Every single person in that game except for one was a Canadian person. And I didn't recognize any of their names, like hardly at all. Sorry if the Canadian fans are gonna like get mad at me for this, but like I didn't recognize any of their names really. Not that I follow hockey all that much, but
no, I don't follow it.
But I was like, I assumed it had to be some Wayne Gretzky game, like where he was cooking, but it wasn't.
So with the 13-point victory, no, how much they win by? Was it? Yeah, it's 13. 13, 72-59.
That was a Miami game.
Oh, never mind. Just kidding. I have it pulled up right here.
76-59.
Yeah. So 17. That's what I have the article pulled up on the tournament run, but this was before. But either way, they're among teams that made the title game by winning all 5 previous matchups purely by double digits. 4 of the 5 went on to win the national title. Do you know the team that did not cut down the nets?
Sorry, say that again. I was checking to see that I won one of my brackets, but
it's okay. So of the teams that made the title game by winning all previous 5 matchups by double digits, there were 4 of the 5 went on to actually win the title. So Michigan State in 2000, Duke in 2001, North Carolina in 2009, and Villanova.
I knew the UNC in 2009. What was the fourth one?
Villanova in 2018.
Yeah.
There is another team that did not cut down the nets. And this, can you name that team? And it's since it's been in the 2000s.
In the 2000s.
Well, 2000s and 2010s, since 2000.
Yeah. Won all of their games by 15 or more, right?
Double digits.
Was the D-Rose Memphis team?
Nope. Is that your final guess?
No, I'm just trying to think of really, really good teams that didn't win in. I know it's not Kentucky's 15 team because I was at one of those games and it was way too close for comfort. Yeah. I wanted to make was it Louisville in whatever year they won where they didn't actually win? I'm trying to think.
You will be happy about it, to say the least.
Was it one of those Duke early?
Why
would I be happy about it?
Because you think this coach is a huge fraud, and
Well,
but still has the title.
That doesn't really narrow it down, to be fair.
But still has the titles to back it up, though.
Oh, titles?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, was it like a Syracuse team? But
Nope.
But they don't have multiple.
Fraudheim
titles.
only has one.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
It was UNC in 2016.
Oh,
Chris Jenkins buzzer beater. That got him.
God, they didn't play anyone either.
Yeah, that's true.
I had that Indiana team. That Indiana team was actually pretty good, I guess. The Yogi Ferrell, Thomas Bryant, OG, and
Yep. So, all right, tonight's game though, Adama Sanogo went for. I'm pulling up his stats on this game here. He won most outstanding player, so there's that.
He should, but he's not their best player.
He's not their best player, but he's their most important player.
That's not a hot take, is it?
No.
They don't play Jordan Hawkins enough, though.
No, they did not. They didn't give him enough touches. Sanogo had 17 and 10 tonight.
My friends kept being like, because I was watching with a couple of my friends, and none of them pay attention to basketball, so they were like, "Oh, who's the best player?" And I was like, "Well, 21 is like most people would say is their best player, but like number 24 for UConn is like going to be the highest draft pick from any of the like this." And
yeah,
they were like, "Oh, who?" And I was like, I kept wanting to point to him, and I was like, "He's not on the floor." It took him like 8 minutes to get on the floor, and I was like, "Why? What is happening?" Yeah, he only played 29 minutes.
17 and 10 tonight. He had an assist. He had one block and only played with 2 fouls, which is not super surprising because they were not calling fouls at all.
Nothing. Dude, the amount of rebounds that I saw where like San Diego State would try and go for one, and fucking Joey Calcaterra was just like absolutely bear hugging someone while they were trying to go get a rebound. I was about to die. Him and Caravan were both just like, I know it was Caravan, not Calcaterra. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
my white guys.
And don't even get me started on Klingon, man. Like that, him waving goodbye with a minute left.
You played 10 minutes in the game, you idiot.
Yeah. And also, like, come on, we just spent all this time talking about the women's game and didn't really acknowledge the
and what
and there's going to be no outrage for Klingons waving goodbye to the entire bench for
that man has less melanin than the minutes he played, which tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah. Anyways, but San Diego State, I mean, we were texting back and forth in this game. We did not trust this offense enough at all, especially going up against this defense that UConn has.
Just too long.
But I mean, the fact that they went 36% on field goals, 26% from threes. Keyshawn Johnson could not make the front end of a 1-on-1 to save his life. Like anytime he got to the free throw line, it was always the second shot he'd make. Thankfully for him, it was mostly shooting fouls, so they weren't in the bonuses, but still. But all around, I wish it was a closer game. They cut it to 5 with 4 minutes left, I think. I was like, oh, we are going to actually get a fun ending. And then UConn just completely went on a tear. I don't think San Diego State had another field goal after that.
And you know why that happened? Because my mother texted me and said, "Uh-oh, this is starting to be a game or something." And I said, "Mother, why are we
Mrs. Carmen, what are you doing?"
No, you can't do that.
Oh man. Anything else about this game? I mean, we're talking a little bit about it. It's not going to be a super long episode. I know you got to travel tomorrow, but
yeah, we still need to pack some. So
yeah. No, but even in the final 4 games, did Butler step out of bounds? Not that it matters. We're talking about the ending of this tournament, but
I can't say for sure. Yes.
Every single picture I've seen is so deep fried, you can't tell at all.
That man's it's in not 1080p, it's in literally 180p. It's so grainy that I'm sure, I don't I don't know.
All those photographers on press row, and they can't get one picture of his foot.
To be fair, if you were a photographer on press row and the play is happening here and you're focused like this with your camera, like
wide angle camera, baby, wide angle camera.
True, I guess.
Something. Oh my gosh! Yeah.
I need something with more than 4 pixels, like per square inch on a frame to be able to accurately say if he stepped out or not.
It's tough, but I mean, doesn't matter. Do we think FAU is going to stop this UConn team? I think it'd be better offense than what San Diego's did, but that doesn't matter because UConn was doing whatever they wanted to offensively. So
God, they would have the length that they had would have cooked.
Yeah, that's fair. So
it's why when you are going through your brackets, you pick someone who is both efficient in both offense and defense. Because Connor loves to say that defense travels. I tend to lean more towards the offensive end in terms of reliability in the tournament, because if you go through like a scoring drought of 6 minutes, and well, I guess San Diego State kind of proved me wrong on this, but like if you go through a scoring drought of like 6 minutes, it's just hard to come back from that. But what's even better than that is to be able to have the other team go through a 6-minute drought, or multiple in this case.
Yeah.
And also be able to just like go on a run. So the strategy remains similar.
Yeah.
Although RIP to the peak too early narrative that seems to happen a lot of times, because UConn is the definition of peak too early, in that they were the best team in like all of basketball in December and then lost a bunch of games, and then we're like, oh yeah, no, we're going to be really, really good again.
The people that say that you need to take a couple losses or whatever before the tournament at some point, those people are up right now. they're like, yeah,
no, we're not going to give them that satisfaction. Mostly just because Matt is the main person that I know that is that, and we're not giving him the satisfaction.
It's true, but it's just funny to think about. Let's do this now. Let's do a way too early top 25. And when I say way too early, man, it is 12:12 a.m. after the season ended, and we are doing a way too early.
This is way too late, way too early. Top 25.
All right,
hold on.
You want to start with 25 and then work our way to number 1?
No, I don't want to do this at all. This is
too bad. We're doing it, pal.
Oh my gosh,
Let me
pull up some stupid person's like.
Oh, I got Jeff Goodman's up, and I am not. I'm going opposite everything he says.
You win on terms of the stupid person that you could have pulled up. I'm pulling up Kevin Sweeney's on SI.com. What? All right, who does Jeff Goodman have at 1? Actually, before we can start at 25, but who does he have at 1?
Marquette.
Okay, this has Marquette too. Okay, never mind.
You know why? Because Marquette can return pretty much everyone.
Yeah, they do get literally everyone back. That's gonna be fucking sick.
I've seen worse. 24/7 Sports has Duke as number 1 right now.
Yeah, this guy has Duke second. All right, 25th. What we got?
25. I'm going with Maryland. I think they're bringing back Jameer Young, Julian Reese. They are looking really strong to get Hunter Dickinson, but that is why I'm keeping, like, a lot of people be like, oh, they should be higher than Jameer Young and Hunter Dickinson on the same team. But there's been a lot of
Dickinson, so
yeah, he's a villain, and also like he is white Oscar Tshiebwe. Like you're gonna have some good games, but overall,
stealing my lines here, but
it's true. It's true.
I said it for a reason.
Yeah. I said it too. Like, I think we both said it before. Yeah. But it's just the fact that, like, you know what you're getting out of him, and his production doesn't equate to wins all the time. Same with Oscar Tshiebwe. So clearly, as you had 2 NBA projected draft picks on this Michigan team with Jet Howard and Kobe Buffkin, I mean, like, they didn't even make the tournament. So you think Jameer Young and Julian Reese are better than those two? I don't know. Probably not. Not that much better. And this is somebody that, and I speak saying, like, I like Jameer Young a lot. I don't think he's better than those two, though. So I don't know. But maybe it's coaching. I don't know. What do you think? Who's your 25th?
I'm trying to get my screen to let me do. There we go. No, don't do that. No, don't do that either.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with Maryland there. I was thinking like San Diego State, FAU. I think there's a couple other teams that are kind of similar to that are gonna return a lot.
People are way too high on FAU right now on these way too earlys.
I'm seeing like 15th, like
somewhere in there. I mean, Goodman has St. John's at 25th here. I think that's way too early to say that. They hadn't even recruited anybody significant.
And they lost
Andre Curbelo.
Oh man, not exactly who I was thinking, but they lost Poch Alexander, so I'm too early on that too. Let's go Maryland. I'm good with that.
Okay,
they're 21 on Sports Illustrated, and what did you say they were on 24/7?
24/7. They are 24th.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah. Number 24. I think Colorado is the answer here. I think they return a lot and they add Eddie Lampkin. Do you have any pushback on this?
They're 25th on 24/7. They are not ranked on Heat Check college basketball. Apparently.
Stadium/Goodman doesn't have them in the top 25.
All right, well then, this is perfect because we're going to go with what Goodman has. So they're 24th on SI. So,
and I'm just going to let you know right now, I'm not putting North Carolina in my top 25. That's not happening.
Why would we?
Well, because Goodman has it, and so does 24/7.
Yeah, but we learned this the hard way last time. After
Baycott and Davis do not move me enough to put them back in the 25.
Armando Bacot, get a job, sir. Get a job challenge. Impossible, apparently.
This is not fun, but it is fun at the same time. So who are we putting at 23 here? I want to hear what you think.
Let's go. All right, I'm between two. Let's go. What do we think about throwing a little St. Mary's action here?
That's what I had three possible answers. That's the one I was leaning the most on. I like it. Aiden Mahaney's back. They kind of fizzled, well, not fizzled, but they weren't as dominant as they were earlier in the season, even against like non-conference teams too. So they got figured out a little bit, but that's fine because they're also just Aiden Mahaney's a future star. So
and they got a 3-star center that's 6'10" from Seattle and then Mitchell Saxon that should be good.
Yeah,
they had some other dude that sounds super foreign, which
he sounds like he'd be in Gladiator. Augustus Marchiolianus. I don't know. It sounds like it's a name
something
of
like
Gladiator.
Yeah. And I assume this is like an actual top 25, like that happens during the season and not like a prediction for who makes the longest run.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. So I'm more comfortable doing that than saying, like they're going to be a bona fide like tournament team.
No.
Really like makes a deep run or whatever.
Too many factors with that, like with injuries and stuff like that. We're just talking about like night one college basketball.
Agreed.
Yeah. So with that said, then I want to go with.
Wait, are you writing this down? I want to.
Yep, I got it. Our 22nd team. I'm going to go with Baylor here. And the reason I want to go with Baylor here is today was announced LJ Cryer out. You got Keontae George out. You have who else? Flagler's probably gone, right?
Yes.
He could return, but he's probably gone. They have a transfer guard with Langston Love and Jacoby Walter. He's a 5-star freshman. But Jonathan Chama-Chachua is
pronunciation.
He could use his extra year. Jalen Bridges could also be back, but I mean, the big three are gone, and that was what they relied on most this season. So it's just a lot of questions I have for them on where the scoring comes from. Is Jacoby Walter a good Keontae George replacement? There's just a lot of questions I have. I think keeping them safely here at 22 is fine. It's not a disrespect.
Sure. I like which Drew is their coach?
Scott Drew.
Yeah. Scott Drew well enough to trust him to get their defense back on the right path after they were really actually kind of bad on defense weirdly this year.
Yeah.
So I'm good with them there.
Yeah. All right. Who do you think that should be the next one? 21.
Let's
Can you do something for me?
Do we want to do blue or do we want to do SEC or non-SEC? I'll let you make that mini choice before I go.
I think an SEC team. I just don't know which one here. We have 2, maybe 3 options.
Yeah.
Let's go SEC.
All right, let's go. Yeah, that didn't help. That made things worse because they just introduced another team that I didn't. No, that's every single time I've now scrolled, I've gotten another team that I didn't want to see. All right, let's go Mizzou.
Okay, I like it. I like it because the other team I had in mind was Texas A&M, but I think they're better than what people are giving them credit for.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're return. They won. They got second in the SEC. They were 11th in adjusted efficiency.
Booty schedule though.
That's true, but I mean, they still are returning a lot, it's unlike Auburn, who had a booty schedule in the SEC last year, won it, and didn't really return a lot of their actual pieces. They're returning Marble and Coleman. They're probably returning Wade Taylor and Tyrese Radford. Those are 4 major guys. Like, that's solid. That's a solid returning that, you just got second in the SEC and returning 4 major contributors.
My issue is they essentially have no one else coming in, which is my
transfer portal season is still early though. Hey, like everyone says,
this is right now, not after. Like we got to do this based on what we.
Oh yeah, I know. Right now. That's fair. I still think Texas A&M. Either way, we're talking about Missouri right now.
Yeah,
Missouri, because they haven't really added anybody to the transfer portal either.
John Tonji is the guy that it has on 24/7 that they've added.
Yeah,
who is a transfer from Colorado State.
Kobe Brown's coming back.
6'5".
Isaiah Mosley.
It would be huge if they get Isaiah Mosley. Like, if he can actually come back, then that would be sick. Because he could have been really good, but then didn't really do anything this year.
Yeah.
So I'm good with Mizzou there. Kobe Brown's unreal.
He is, yeah. All right. So that's 2021. You just want to go Texas A&M here for 20? I feel like it was splitting hairs between these two. And for all the reasons, they're returning a lot. They're still, like I said, they still have time to add in the portal. But for right now, I think 20 is fine.
Yep.
They got a lot of experience coming back. So, yeah, give me that. 19. Who are you thinking?
So I like the 24/7. I like the guy that they have, or the team they have at 19.
I do too.
You want to just go with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
TCU.
Shout out trading out one junior for another. Mike Miles gone.
I will always root for Jameer Nelson Jr. because Jameer Nelson. Yeah.
Jameer Nelson's gonna be sick.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun for them. But they're bringing back Micah Peavy and Xavier Cork, Damian Baugh, and Emmanuel Miller. So that you're keeping, like I said, all experience, adding experience point guard, 20-point score, a 20-point per game scorer there, and then obviously they could still add in the portal. I don't think they'll add a whole lot, but yeah. 18. I don't like 24/7's 18. I don't even know if this team should be top 25. they have Tennessee. I think it should be Texas.
I'm down for Texas.
Before we talk about Texas, I don't think Tennessee should be a top 25 team going into next season. They're losing.
Yeah, probably not.
They're losing Vescovy, right?
He's
got to be out of here soon. I mean,
I think he could still come back with his extra year. He and Josiah Jordan-James both have like a 5th year.
Oh, and Uros Plazovich too. Oh God, I'm gonna hate that.
Okay. Guys that need to get jobs: Amanda Bacat, Uros Plazovich. Just go get jobs, friends,
please. Zakai Ziegler could be back from torn ACL. Unlikely he'll be back 100% by night 1 because that's a tough comeback. Yeah. And then we know what's his name. He entered the portal, and Kamwa's out.
Yep.
It's going portaling. So, yeah.
Texas isn't on any of these lists that I'm looking at least.
On 24/7.
Are they?
No, he's on Goodman's. It's on Goodman's list.
Oh, so we're going with Goodman's list.
Well, here's the reason why I think, because they're keeping Tyrese Hunter and Morris. Dylan DeSue could come back. Dylan Mitchell could come back. And they're bringing in Ron Holland too. So probably one of the best freshmen in the country coming in, paired with experienced guards and an experienced front court. I like it.
Throw him here. Sure.
Yeah. So, all right, who we got at 17?
You know who I don't like at all is the team that is at 16 on 24/7.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Why are we acting like Arkansas or Arizona is going to be good?
Losing to Bellis and Ballo, it's going to be tough, and then also, I mean, they could return, but they're probably gone. And then what's his name? Kurd gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
And their recruiting class is currently 71st. Like, I don't know, man. What do we think about Gonzaga here? I feel like that they're 14 and 15 on heat check. Well, let me see, where are they on this guy? Bro, SI has Goodman at 7. That is gross.
Goodman has him at 24th.
Yeah, I'm good. Gonzaga's 14th on here, but I think that's a little bit high just as of now.
As of now, correct, but they are going to hit the portal and hit the portal hard.
And they also could get Anton Watson and Malachi Smith back, technically. But
we can't rule out Drew Timme could return. That's the thing.
Wait, really?
He has a 5th year of eligibility left.
Bro,
the same class as Baycott.
God, get a job. You're on the get a job team, Drew Timme. Get a job.
He was the same class as Baycott.
Something other than sports, man.
He's gonna get the thing is, Drew Timme should get a decent, he should be looked at a little bit higher than what he's projected for the draft. I get he's older.
No, he shouldn't.
But between all these centers that are projected second round, he is the best passer by far.
Yeah, and you know what's going to happen is every single possession that he's on the floor, the other team is going to call. They're going to say, "Hey, guy that has Drew Timme on him, come here and set this screen real quick," and then he is going to get absolutely worked.
That's true.
He literally.
Offensively, he'd be fine in the NBA. It'd be the defensive end that he absolutely gets.
If Rudy Gobert can get played off the floor, imagine what teams are going to do to Drew Timme.
Yeah, no doubt. But I'm just saying, you bring him in. I'm not saying he's an NBA starter by any means, but he could definitely get some minutes off the bench as a stretch four.
Stretch four, he doesn't even shoot threes though.
Yeah, he does. He made one in the tournament.
He is 19 for 75 in his career. I'm looking at his page right now.
That's what he needs to work on. He's coming back. 25%. He's coming back to Gonzaga and stretching that floor, baby.
Good. I hope he does, because then they're going to suck, and they are way too high on this list. That man is buns. He can't shoot for shit. I want to see Drew Timme in the NBA. I want to see Drew Timme at Summer League and just get to watch some random no-name college basketball player that we watched 3 years ago that we're like, oh, that guy was really fun. And we get to see him just absolutely work Drew Timme.
There we go. We need to decide a 16 team here. So who are we going with?
I like Alabama in this area. Just because I think as of now, what are we doing with guys that have declared but potentially will come back? Because Quinterly and Bediako both declared.
I'm operating as if they are gone.
Okay, then I might not even have them on the list. They do have the 17th ranked recruiting class, though. Tennessee's recruiting class is also good, which is a point in their favor in terms of them being on this.
And it's gonna suck, but he's gonna recruit Max Asmus super hard too. I hope
that'd be fine.
Yeah,
that's a good fit. Ooh, what do we think about USC? They have the number 1 overall player in Isaiah Collier, who's a beautiful player. They have
except for he chokes at free throw line. He's not good at the free throw line. Oh my gosh, dude! He went 6 for 12 or something in the McDonald's All-American game.
Yeah, why are we shooting free throws in the McDonald's All-American game anyway?
That was fun though. I had so much fun watching that.
Oh. They also have 2 other top 100 recruits coming in. They have three guys that will be sophomores next year that were top 40 recruits.
Yeah.
Let's go USC.
Yeah. I like it.
Ooh, okay.
We go Bama 16 and then USC 15.
We also need to get FAU in here because we're talking about them being too high, but unless we're going to Are we just going to leave them
I like them at 14. I think they're returning a lot, unless those guys go portal in, which I doubt it. Dusty May's coming back. He said, "I'm not leaving. I ain't going anywhere."
He's the Wolf of Wall Street meme.
Yeah, yeah. And that, like I said, Goodman has them at 4. They're not that good. They're not that good. This top 10, I think, is actually going to be somewhat easy to fill out. It's getting to the top 10 is tough.
Yeah, I agree. What number are we on now?
I have Bama at 16, USC at 15, and FAU at 14.
Sure, I'm down with it.
And again, that's operating with Bama thinking that Sears is gone, Quinterly's gone. Like, a lot of their key pieces are gone. So, yeah. All right, who are we going with next then? 13. I'm looking at.
What are we doing with Miami?
There's so many question marks around Miami. I don't know.
Exactly.
24/7 has them at 8. I mean, Nigel Back is back. The Pack is back because he signed a 2-year, $800,000 deal for NIL.
Hell yeah, he did. Get that bag, young man.
He's back. So Pack.
Let's go Miami here.
Yeah. And I have a hot take for 12.
All right.
I think Kentucky. I don't know if that's a hot take in your mind, but
honestly, at this point, given what we know about the team, they should probably be a little bit lower. But yeah, I'm down.
I say Kentucky because we've seen talented freshmen like this that show out in McDonald's All-American. Like that, we've seen them that game not translate super well to the college game.
We've also seen it translate really fucking well.
That's true. And so I'm just erring on the side of caution, going with 12 here.
Yeah, I mean,
because there's also some serious concerns about their front court right now.
Yes, especially if we're under the assumption right now that Hugo is leaving too, then we have a serious front court problem.
Yeah.
That I assume we will address, but at the moment we do not have it addressed. So
yeah.
Like I said, this is probably a little too high for them, honestly, if we're being fully.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. This is banking on how good the freshmen are, and then.
Which I'm fine doing that because we know they're on the team, but
yeah, if the Kentucky adds like Khalil Ware and one of, I don't know who are the 50.
No, we're not adding Khalil Ware. We're adding the dude from Marshall. Because he's incredible. And that way, Sean Vincel will have something to be positive about the entire year because he literally has the inability to say a bad word about that Marshall guy. So I need him
Correct.
just for Sean's vibes.
If we add a rim protecting center and I say they need a guard or a wing that can shoot 30 to 35% from three and can stay in front of their man, then if it's Chris Ledlum, it's Chris Ledlum. If it's TJ Bamba, it's TJ Bamba. If it's Keyshawn Gilbert, whatever. Like, there's plenty of options in the portal right now for them to go get somebody like that. So
I'm good with it.
Yeah. All right. Then we have number 11. What do you think of UCLA right here?
Dude, I don't get the hype for UCLA, especially with Jalen Clark being out for like half the season. Like, they're lucky if he's back for Pac-12 play.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely
also probably should have put him in there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we got to put them in there some point because I think they're going to be in the top 25. It's just like we might have to reorganize. Like, scoot everybody
a little high for them, in my opinion. But
yeah, like Amari Bailey, everyone's saying like he could return. He's gone. That man is gone. Adembona is back. He's going to be back
again. Got to operate with what we have right now, though. Which, if he hasn't declared, then
yeah, that's true. Well, assuming he's coming back, then I like UCLA here a lot. If not, they need to go in top 10. But yeah. All right, let's move on then. Who we have as 10? There's like two options I'm seeing.
Michigan State.
What's one?
Is Purdue the other one?
Kansas the other one for me.
Let me see what Kansas has got going on. Number 5 recruiting class. Good for you.
Losing Grady and Jalen is gonna suck for them.
Replacing that scoring is tough. They're still gonna be so good on defense, though.
Oh yeah, like KJ Adams back, DeJuan Harris back. Like they'll be fine defensively. It's just finding the scoring is gonna suck. Marco Jackson is their blue chip guard
here, just because I feel like they have more.
See, my argument for this is, do we trust Big Ten teams? Like, it's Big 10 versus Big 12.
I'm fine with going Big 10 when they have more returning and a higher ranked recruiting class.
Yeah, that's true.
And aren't trying to replace their best player.
Yeah.
Their 2 best players.
Yeah, because Sissoko is going to be back, Kohler's going to be back, Cooper's going to be back, and then they get Xavier Booker, who's
Tyson Walker's back.
Yeah, Malik Hall.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
He has an extra year.
Yeah, all right, I like it. Just completely undermines my Big Ten is poo-poo basketball agenda.
I mean, they are, but like...
Who do we like at 8 here? Or no, 8, sorry.
I'm going through and looking at these consensus. Ooh, I didn't even think about them.
I think UConn should be 8, despite they just won the national championship. They're going to be losing. They're obviously nobody's announced, but they are losing Hawkins, Sanogo, and Jackson.
Was Jackson the one that sucks at defense?
I guess.
What number is he?
He's their point guard.
Oh, then no. Whoever number 14 is for them, they should have, or 44, they should have attacked him on every single play because that dude was getting cooked repeatedly.
Yeah.
Whoever he was. Who is he? Oh, yeah, Andre Jackson. Bruh, he was getting cooked. That dude's bad. Tristan Newton is who you meant to say.
Oh, yes. Correct. Yeah. No, Jackson is projected to leave too.
All right. Well, good. He should because he's bad. Go get a job. You're the 3-man on the go get a job team. We got too many bigs. I'm down with UConn here. Sure. They probably should honestly be lower than this, but
it's just they're losing significant pieces.
Yeah,
like even though it's not announced, obviously, like it's not unfair for all the other teams to be like, oh well, these guys already announced they're leaving. these guys are just an hour away from, like, an hour ago they were playing a national championship game. So
Newton could come back.
Newton could come back. I doubt he will, but he could come back.
Jordan Hawkins is definitely gone. Dude, look, this draft is bad, and it's especially bad for big men.
Yeah.
You could see a surprise Donovan Clingan leave as well. Cause,
like transfer, or you're saying
like go to the NBA?
Yeah. Probably.
I think teams would really like him because he's an uglier version of Walker Kessler.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Then who do we like at 7 here?
Let's.
I like Houston here personally.
Yeah,
Houston is losing Sasser, losing Walker. Traymon Mark has entered the transfer portal. They could still keep Shed, Sharp, and what else? Who else have they got? They got Jawan Roberts.
Arsenault could be really fun.
Yeah,
good.
Like they're still returning enough pieces.
Yeah, they should probably be lower right now. Like they're definitely going to add more in the transfer portal. So
yeah.
Here later, but they should probably be lower at this point, just given.
Or do we go Arkansas here and then Houston?
Like, but why are we putting Arkansas above Kentucky?
I feel like we need to put them in there. We probably missed the window of putting them in there. And honestly, like Arkansas should be at 14. FAU should maybe be out, or maybe like we bump Colorado out and put FAU at 24 and Arkansas at 14. I don't know. Arkansas's got to be in here somewhere. They're adding Bayfall. They're probably keeping Devo Davis and Jordan Walsh. Trayvon Brazil is coming back.
Layden Blocker also transferred in.
Yeah, like they have.
Yeah, no, let's put them in here. Let's just try and get 25 teams, and then we can order them.
Yeah,
later.
That's fair.
Because at this point, I feel like we've done a bad job at.
Oh yeah, we've like, oh wait, this team exists.
Yeah.
Coming in at 6, I like Creighton here. What do you think?
Yes, Creighton, good, big, good.
Yes. And the top 5 is gonna be fun here. I like Purdue in the top 5.
So, I mean,
I don't know if that means they'd be 5th or what, but I like them in the top 5 here.
Gross, but sure.
They're returning like everybody. Edie could be back. It was probably going to be back, not transferring, unlike Jeff Borzello said.
That man got. That man got ball packed.
Yeah.
Sure, that's gross, but sure.
They're returning all they won how many wins they have this season? Like
yeah, and they're gonna get UNC treatment. Or they're gonna get Kentucky treatment with Oscar Tshiebwe now, where everyone now the book is out on how to beat them, and I don't see them getting any better from who they're bringing in.
I think their guards will take a step up in terms of development, which is what they tackle.
If not, then they're just going to get played the exact same way that FDU played them.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to be way worse.
All right, number 4. Who we want?
Did we already say Creighton?
Yep.
Shit. God, I love that Creighton team so much.
They're good. I just feel like their style of play is too
dope, too incredible.
No, it's fun. It's just it's too shooting dependent where you get a cold night and it just hurts you so much. You know what I mean? Like they don't have a whole lot of balance to their game.
That's every team.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, like at least there's some teams that are too shooting dependent where it hurts them in the long run. Man, I feel like we probably need to reassess on some of these teams.
Yeah.
I have no idea who I want to put at 4, but I like Marquette at 2. I like Marquette at 1. They're returning literally everybody. Like literally everybody. And the team that won the Big East regular season and tournament, they were a really young team too. That's why I really like them.
We put Miami in already. It's my one is gross and I hate it.
What is it?
Who do you think? There's not many more teams that are worthy of being at 1. And this team is objectively the grossest team that I could put. Yes.
I don't hate, at first I was like,
filthy this year.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna
Proctor, Roach if he comes back, Nkabo, Mark Mitchell, Kyle Filipowski, whoever they want to throw out there at the 2. Tyrese Proctor is going to be an absolute just menace next year, and it's going to be so disgusting.
Yeah,
I'm so sad about it.
All right, we'll do Marquette at 2, Duke at 1. Still have 4 and 3 to figure out.
Who did we leave out that probably should have been in there lower? We already put Arkansas in, right?
Let's do this. Let's bump everybody up 2 and then just add 2 to the back end, 24 and 25.
All right, I'm down.
People listening to this, I'm sorry, but this is what you get. This is a Beers and Buckets.
It's 12:45 a night.
Yeah.
What do you want from us?
This is all just off. We have no notes on tonight too. We were just winging this whole thing. If we had notes, we would have easily owned this, but we're just having fun right now. I like doing that though, because then we can add Arizona in on the back end because we didn't put them in at all, and I think they'll still be in there somewhere. They're a pretty decent team.
Who?
Arizona.
Sure. San Diego State is one that I think could be in there.
I mean, those guys, that whole team needs to get a job. So,
but sadly, none of them they'll lose Bradley, Keyshawn Johnson, and Mensa, but everyone else will be back, and they have 3. They apparently have 3 former top 200 recruits that will be kind of stepping up, including Miles Bird, who I actually really like.
All right, so, and actually, I think this is the right move anyways, because we have some people that we were, I think, a little too low on that could go up, start the season higher.
How about this? We always have our 25 teams, then we both go through and order them, and we can put that as a graphic as well.
I like it. So we just got to add the 2 teams in the back end here because we have Maryland at 23.
So we have SDU in there, SDSU in there. I mean,
yeah, at 24, and then Arizona at 25.
Yep, I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's looking pretty fine to me. Because then I like this. So all right, so now, real quick, let's add our own. Let's do our own order here. Or we'll just put it out tomorrow. We don't have to talk about it on the pod. We'll just put it out. Look for it on Twitter.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. And then, so real quick, I want to talk before we leave on some portal news. I'm not going to go through what we normally do. I'll save that for when I'm with somebody next week while Dowell is in Europe.
Ooh.
But Hunter Dixon looking like he entered, and he's looking like he's a Maryland lock, 100% according to On3. Max Asmus, undecided, entered, yesterday or today?
You said him to go to Arkansas. I was thinking Fardagh's AMAC for some reason.
No.
I would not like.
I was
Max
like, dude, I would hate Max Asmus going to Arkansas.
Out. Thumbs down, no, denied, veto, whatever.
Caleb Love looking like he's going either Missouri or Indiana.
Oh, to get a job? The point guard on the get a job team.
Yeah, we already said Jameer Nelson to TCU. Kalel Ware looking like either Memphis or Arkansas, which I heard the Arkansas bridge was burnt, but I guess not.
Yeah, that I'm just gonna sit out talking about Kalel Ware at all until he decides to go somewhere, and then we can have a conversation.
Taron Armstrong either looking like Washington or Gonzaga. So looking like he's going out west. If he goes to Gonzaga, that's going to be filthy.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
Jalen Cook, look, 100% LSU according to On3.
Good for him.
Slater confirmed that he was staying in the state of Louisiana, so that's fine.
Well, there's not many choices then.
Yeah,
so.
yep. Graham Ike, Providence is looking like after, like I said, Eddie Lampkin committed to Colorado. So Providence is one team that is really like intriguing me right now. Dude.
If they get Graham Ike, then him and Bryce Hopkins as the front court is filthy.
Yeah,
that's a little undersized, but filthy.
He also got somebody else to return. Kim English did. Apparently, he's been just challenging players one-on-one when they want to enter the portal. He's just like, "I'll play you one-on-one. If I win, then you stay." And he must be just destroying them because they're all staying. Yeah, they're all staying. Jamison Battle from Minnesota, 100% to Indiana.
Wait, is that actually true?
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's such a baller move. Kim English is awesome. One of my favorite coaches right now, and he's doing everything right. And I'm excited for him.
That's what Penny should have done.
Yes, 100%.
Penny and Mike Miller should have been challenging dudes to 2-on-2 to get them to stay.
Kirk Krisha, it's looking like it could be either West Virginia or Nebraska. That man in Nebraska.
Gross. Man, how can you be from Europe and decide, where I want to go fucking live? Nebraska.
In the corn.
You can't do that, sir. Oh, no. Be better. West Virginia's not any better either. Man, have higher standards, sir.
Khalif Battle, it's looking like a toss-up between now. It would look at one point it was like 100% UCF lock, but looks like Muss and the Bus is closing the gap there for Arkansas. Arkansas, how many scholarships you have, man? Like, holy crap. Walter Clayton looked like at one point, because he was at Iona, looked like at one point he was going to Florida, but Rick Pitino got a job at St. John's, and it's looking like he's cutting the lead there for him. So there's a lot of decent options here in the portal. Those are the biggest names, the biggest things that I've seen as far as people making decisions. So we'll see.
One name of a team that we didn't say, but is another Mountain West team that could be in there, even though they lost Ryan Odom because he's going to VCU. But Utah State is probably returning their two best players. They were really good last year. Ended up losing to Mizzou in the 7-10 matchup there, but they could get a lot of guys back. They have 4 seniors that could come back too. That I don't know if they have eligibility or not, but wouldn't be shocked if whoever they hire ends up doing a good job in year one because Ashworth and Shulga are both good. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, this has been the national championship edition of Beers and Buckets. So it's been a fun episode. It's getting pretty late for us, and we need to get going to sleep. Dow's got to pack because he's got a trip he's going to.
I'm going to be up in 5.5 hours.
Unfortunately for you, Dowell, I'm going to have some guests on next week, and I think it's going to be looking like we'll be reviewing our fantasy team, so we will talk for you. But that's what we'll probably end up doing next week.
So like a voice memo or something in that we can
just go on a rant about how you got screwed out of that after having a good team. It's kind of funny how Bradley's team was made purely for trolls and then ended up being a decent team all around.
Seriously.
Yeah. But overall, it's been a fun episode. Like I said, we are no longer with the Basketball Podcast Network because it is not a thing anymore. So be on the lookout for any news that we have regarding that upcoming. And I think if by the time we post this, we should be transferred back over to our old podcast hosting platform, which means that you could watch this on video if you're listening to Spotify. So, so that'd be fun. So this has been The Bottom Line because Connor said so. And you guys have a fantastic week and enjoy this off season and the portal and for all it's worth because we're here for the long haul, baby.
Yes, sir.
Have a great week, guys.